what's up, and welcome to my corner of the internet. I'm sure everyone has heard this before, where they honestly admit that they haven't been in love with anime as much as they used to be, and this happens when most people just run away and start reading manga all the time. As someone who's mainly read manga, I'm a bit of a book reader, so I will always appreciate manga more than pretty much every other medium. But I think this is the one season where, well, fall 2021, I think was an incredible season for anime, and there's so many gems that I would just like to shortly talk about, and I can't wait to make longer videos about some of these because I think this was the season that reawakened my love for anime. So this is going to be very short, especially this part of the video. I could talk about how anime has burned me so many different times. There's just a grand list of animes with wasted potential, and I just felt robbed. And to be honest, it made me fall out of love with anime because it was so easy for my favorite anime or something I enjoyed during the season to just get derailed at the 12th episode or even in the midst of animation. And as someone who isn't one of those people that critiques animation that bad, it's like, dog, the animation has to be just that bad, like Seven Deadly Sins. I'm gonna always keep mentioning that because that was a travesty. But now that I'm here and I'm looking at the range of anime and seeing how the seasons have changed over time, I think fall 2021 was such a great moment because it had so many different animes with so many different concepts were so cool. And I don't think it necessarily started in fall 2021, but I think the last year there's been a concerted effort to mix in so many different animes with different genres, with different ideas, with different styles of animation, and it felt inventive, it felt magical, it felt inspiring, and for the most part, I just am overjoyed to appreciate so much of what I'm seeing. And literally the first anime I'm going to talk about from fall 2021 is a gem. Like, this is such an incredible story, and it touches the heartstrings, and I can't wait to finish it, or I just can't wait to follow through and just make a great video on it because I have so much to say about it. And I love the approach that the story is taking. And I don't think most people would guess this, but maybe you would, I don't know, based on if you've watched a good bit of my videos. The one anime that has really surprised me this season is Osama Ranking. I think this anime is absolutely incredible. And it follows the norms of storytelling, like the hero's journey, and it gives us such an unlikely character with a hidden talent, and he goes through the struggles, and the story has the twists and turns, and it has all the pieces to make it into such a great story. And I love this story so much. It has so many moments where it makes me cry because our main character is so disadvantaged and he has so much things stacked against him, and the entire story, all he wants is someone to stand in his corner, and unfortunately bad things happen. And I'm literally at the episode where we get a twist about a certain character, and I'm just so surprised that this showed up, and the animation style is so incredible. It feels like a Ghibli film, but a little bit more modern, I guess. More modern. What by modern I mean, it feels like this is a more Americanized story, and I do realize this is like Japanese, but it feels like a Japanese interpretation on maybe the Lord of the Rings, stuff like that. But then there's so many great parts about this story, and I just can't not talk about it. And this is one of the shows that when I first saw it, I was like, okay, I want to give this a chance. And it got me with the first episode, and it's getting and garnering real emotions out of me.
俺はこれから どんなことがあってもお前の味方になりたいんだ。
お前の味方になりたいんだ。 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 お前の味方になりたいんだ。
お前の味方になりたいんだ。 俺本気で言ってんだぜ。
やべえ、美術部員の絵か。すげえ。
Also, if you think I wasn't going to talk about Blue Period, you are sadly mistaken about how much I love this anime. Blue Period is about an artist going through the artist's journey and the shifts and changes between his personality and the journey. A lot of anime in fall 2021 is based on the journey. It feels less impacted on the fight scenes, a lot of other things. It seems to be focused on the grand growing that a human being or a person has to go through within their own personal world. And Blue Period showcases a straight A student going for something that is very unlikely. Everyone still talks down on art majors. As an art major, I still get those, oh my god, you're an art major? Why are you doing that? You know you can't make any money. And I still get that to this day, even though I'm doing well for myself and I'm still able to, I guess, kind of take care of myself, even though I'm like 24 and like life's still kind of hard, you know? But regardless, Blue Period is...
でもやっくん、絵で食べていくわけじゃないよね。
つってカルチャースクールのパンフ渡されたんだよね。
それは自信なくすな。
でも
indicative of how much choices and life throws you into the mix when you decide to finally step outside and chase your dreams. This anime is filled with so many beautiful moments and beautiful parts that connect to the human spirit within the journey, dealing with sexuality, gender identity, dealing with career choices, dealing with poverty and money and all sorts of other things that come with being a human being. And a lot of these problems I see in my day-to-day life, and I've experienced them in my own life, and Blue Period showcases this wonderfully.
先輩はすごいっすね。才能あって。
才能なんかないよ。絵のこと考えてる時間が他の人より多いだけ。それにね、やっぱり
開演
Oh, and another anime that I just saw some of the animation for, and someone talked about it. I'm definitely gonna give credit for that. But Tact Op Destiny, yo, this anime is a gem. I usually don't like animes based in music because, I don't know, if the music don't slap, I don't want to hear it. But this anime takes a different turn and it combines shonen aspects, a bit of the journey, and a lot of fun and colorful aspects. And I like that it's based in America, and a lot of what Tact, the main character, plays, I actually recognize it. I do kind of listen to classical. I'm sorry, I know enough classical music. Like one of the first songs he plays is like Moonlight Sonata, and that's by I forgot. No, that's by Mozart. I like this anime because it's just fun. It's a new idea, and I don't know enough about the backstory, but I'm definitely going to do more research on it as I continue to watch it. It's just an enjoyable ride that I was just like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Hido さんが集めた隊員たちがいなかったらどうなってたかわからないし。
And of course, we got to see the return of World Trigger and its third season. World Trigger, from this season, I'm still not going to necessarily talk about it and say its failed potential. But I will say this anime needs to be consistent, and it really does need to speed up because within the manga, it's losing me, man. It's too wordy, it's too filled with issues that I'm just not interested in. But I won't talk too bad about it because I know it's just going through the growing pains of being a marquee shonen with a cool concept and new ideas.
そうか、ルーデス。人神の人だったか。逃げろ、ルーデス。
And also, Mushoku Tensei, that isekai where the main character is really much a weirdo. That came back and it's got a part 2. This anime is great, but where it's heading in the manga, I don't like. But I do like some of the animation. I do like a bit of the story because at first it seems so driven on the incredible new world that we're a part of and a lot of the ideas that are showcased. But it gets into the really goofy anime aspects that are like basically fan service times 1,000. And it gets really boring in that point. Anime right now is doing this thing where it's basically trying everything. I think once the big 3 ended, and this is my own personal opinion, I feel like anime opened up and stopped trying to copy that formula and decided to have more weird and odd anime. I think now that we're getting out, or at least easing away from the isekai formula, we're now looking at so much different anime that has its own identity, and I can pick out the ins and outs and the different aspects and the goods and bads that are done in each anime season. That's what I've noticed, and I think fall 2021 is going to be a really good season because not everything was super popular, at least not in my world. I think everything was in its respective place and it did what it needed to, and it also
なんだか今日疲れてんのかな。
it had its own voice, and I really like that about this season. I think this season was pretty even. We had some garbage tiers and we had some high tiers, and we just had some shows that I hope that get a second season and get more time to really flesh out their story and to give us a great ending. So I really enjoyed fall 2021, and there's so many shows that I could have talked about. To be honest, I'm just gonna show you. And also Platinum End came out, and that's something I read so long ago. Kimetsu no Yaiba, that assassin that got reincarnated, Saihate no Paladin came out, and that's really cool. There's so many different animes that I really enjoy the personal identity, and I've noticed that trend of the journey. It's mainly about the journey, and a lot of quirky and cool anime have come out. So personally, fall 2021 was a success for me, and I'm really enjoying it, and I can't wait to see what comes out next. So, do you agree? Do you disagree? How do you feel about fall 2021? We're pretty much getting out of it and heading towards winter, and winter has a pretty stacked up list, and I'm not even going to talk about it, but still. Let me know, comment, like, subscribe, and have a great day.